What is up, everyone? So, last video, my dyno showed up. I still cannot believe I own this thing. This is ridiculous. And well, we have a lot of work to do to get this thing set up until we can actually use it. And well, today we're gonna just chug along at that. Sound good?
Today is the day.
So I don't know if we'll be able to actually make a pass on this thing yet. It's a little bit later than I was hoping for, and it's still not wired in, but the electrician comes in a few hours. Hopefully. He was supposed to come yesterday.
We know how those electricians are.
But yesterday I did manage to lag this thing down, so it is bolted in place.
That ain't going nowhere.
I sure hope not. What we have to do today is set up the electronics, set up the computer. Once this is wired in, we'll have to calibrate the dyno, do all that, and we also have to install the D-rings. I don't want to do the D-rings until there's a car in here so we can like get a really good idea of where they want to seat. We can't do that until this is hooked up, because without the eddy brake hooked up, these just roll free. So pulling a car on might get sketchy, and I don't want to risk it, so we're gonna wait for that.
Patience.
Patience. So what we have to do first is we have to go through all our electronics here and set this up and figure out how this all works. Yeah, how bad can this be?
How bad can it be?
There's a video on this. I should probably go watch it.
Yeah, let's do that first.
Right here, we have our DC box, right? This is kind of like the brain. This is what's gonna communicate with the dyno interface and all of our sensors and stuff, our RPM pickup, our AFR sensor, our little hand controller to activate the dyno.
Very important thing.
Very important thing. So this will probably be on the cart, but we're gonna put it here for now. The wiring for the wideband, I think? Yeah, I think so. This is a crazy mount for our optical pickup.
Optical pickup. Interesting. Throw it out.
Junk. Then we have our little hand controller.
This is a weird shit. I mean,
Do you think we could take this and stuff it in a Game Boy Color?
that would be gas.
Power supply for probably the box, I'm assuming. NTK.
Whoa,
That worked out well. Wideband sensor. This is our DC interface right here. It's our RPM interface. So as you can see, it uses like a aux cord. So I'll go with that.
Does this go in the exhaust?
No.
What goes in the exhaust?
The O2 sensor, Deej.
Where's the clip?
So this is our wideband controller right here. Oh, this is cool.
AM, FM.
So that's what this plug is for. We couldn't figure out what this plug was for before.
It's for the box.
Boom. And this is like our small little weather station right here.
Weather station.
Junk. Then we have our cables. So, how's your cable management, Donnie?
Pretty good.
Yeah?
Yeah.
This is everything we need to get this all set up today. All right.
That's not too bad.
Okay, so we're gonna take this and we're gonna put it, I like it right there.
That looks good.
And then get that all zip tied up in a little bit. So we have the little handheld controller that I'll probably be, taking in the car with me. And we have to connect this to the main box. Take this, get that up in there. So I'm thinking we take this, go through here, and we could zip tie this to the arm, so if someone trips on this, it doesn't yank the whole box off.
I like that.
Yeah, right? So we have a little weather station right here, little Ethernet cable plugs in the back. So I think we'll just put this right in the back, and we'll do what we just did before and just shove it in the hole.
Shove it in the hole.
Shove it in the hole. That's what life's all about, right? One of these.
Stick it in.
Let this communicate to our computer. Get in there.
Shove it in there.
Get it in there. So we're gonna leave our optical sensor off to the side because we don't need that yet. And our whole wideband controller, we're gonna wait until we actually have a car and a dyno to kind of figure out where that wants to go. But the last thing we have is this cable, this big beefy thing right here, that this is now gonna connect everything we have here to the interface of the dyno. Boom. Easy peasy. What do you think?
It's aight.
What do you think?
You're stepping on my turf, but I mean, it's aight.
You created this.
I know.
It's not bad though, right?
No, it's shiny. It looks like a grill.
Yeah, I like it.
Yeah, can this thing cook hot dogs, or what are we doing?
We can get that eddy current cooking. We could probably roast a hot dog on that thing.
That's a cute eddy current. That's about half the size of one of mine.
Yeah, whatever.
Yeah, man.
What's up, George?
I'm surprised you haven't been dynoing cars yet.
We have to get the stupid thing.
I mean, you've
I'm not
had
an
it for
electrician.
what? 24 hours? What's the holdup?
A few moments later.
This looks fancy.
This is crazy.
This
All
is
right.
fancy.
I honestly don't even remember what the last clip was because we had to, get a couple things going. But look it, check it out over here.
Check it out.
This video is probably. What are you doing? Looking real suspicious. All right, so this video's probably a real mess right here, but we're just trying to obviously figure things out as we go. But our little extension cable right here, right? so we can unhook that and put it out of the way, just so it doesn't trip over. We have the kill box right here, because you need that. So if you need to kill it, kill power, because if you leave it plugged in, it will draw current and you could burn your eddy brake out. So you either need to kill it or unplug it, right?
So when you're done with it every time,
and I think by code you need this, right, Hona?
You do need to disconnect by code.
So now we have it so the eddy's locked out. You see that?
Ooh.
It's not at 100%, so I can lock it tighter, obviously. So now we could finally, before we even try calibrating, doing any pulls, there's so many freaking functions we got to figure out. It's gonna take a while because I got to read the manual. Let's get a car in here so we could figure out where we want to put the D-rings. Now the car I want to use first is the E36 because one, it's really jacked up, it's not that low at all. And two, it's like my longest wheelbase car. It'll give me a really good idea on like the depth of the wheels and stuff, right? Makes sense? Mm-hmm. All right, let's pull this thing out.
Let's do it.
I'm so happy I went with this big ass screen, by the way. I love this, the controller. This is all looking pretty dope. They actually have a Bluetooth one coming out real soon, so your boy's definitely copping that. You even operate a lot of the functions on that thing, like right here. So the wireless keyboard.
You see it?
Cheat code.
Oh.
Wait till you got a
I need my sunglasses.
car on it
Ah.
and the whole underside's illuminated. That's what that's about.
I mean, you had no control, nothing hit.
You're exhausted.
I'm not gonna lie, that scared the shit out of me.
I figured what we would do if the cars are real low is I want to get like the race ramps and we could lift this up to like, you know, we could pick this up to like here and do like another 3-foot extension race ramp if we have to. Because the other option besides that is like putting a 4-post lift here, which is just not. Obviously a lot of the cars are a lot lower than this. So that's why we put this car in first. But
Yeah, good test.
Tire size is going to make a big difference too.
yeah,
though.
these are on 17s. So 18s will do a lot too, and most cars in here are on 18s besides the E30 that's on 16s. So putting a car on it really humbles the size of the dyno.
Oh, yeah,
like it looks all
definitely puts
puny
it in
now.
Perspective of like, it's awesome.
I got a lot of questions by my friends. Was like, oh, will it be an issue dynoing at that angle because obviously the oil pan and stuff, like you could have some like oil starvation issues. I've never heard of anyone having that issue, so I don't think it's really big of an issue because I mean it's not. Even though it looks like it's a big angle, it's not really a big angle. If that makes sense.
This is big boy stuff.
Well, I didn't even think about oil starvation.
So when it comes to the D-rings, which is where the strap's going to locate, it seems like for real drive, or where the driving axle is, you want 2 that are kind of linear and you want 2 that are actually at an angle, right? So we decided we're going to do 2 on the inside right here, then we're going to do 2 slightly on the outside of the wheelbase, and I think we should be good to go. And it looks like we are trying to, of course, account for the angle that the straps will be so it doesn't hit the roller or the dyno itself. And it looks like our desired location is somewhere around this point. We've tried it in a million different locations on the knuckle and the lower control arm, and we've determined this is the best spot. So,
And actually that's going to raise that up a little bit.
Exactly.
That will raise that point up just a little bit, which is good.
So we're gonna do, basically, it's gonna be essentially just something like that. Nice and simple. Wanna drill some holes?
I like it. Let's drill holes.
Let's do it.
You know how to do that? Are you spinning the right direction?
Yeah, I peeped it.
Go easy, go easy. Let's
Yeah, just make sure it's straight.
What the hell are you guys yelling about?
And
hold on
straight.
to it because it will rip your arm off.
No.
All 100 pounds here.
Come on.
See, I gotta hold it.
You're making this look real difficult.
This is not that hard.
Look how crooked that is.
What?
Just do it.
Keep going.
crooked?
Just go.
Just go.
How the hell are you?
We'll fix it after.
The rears are done and they came out perfect. I'm super happy with them. So I think these will do us real well. And it's not as much of a tripping hazard as I was expecting them to be, so I'm not too worried about it. Now it is time for the fronts. Now with the fronts, we only need 2, 1 on each side. I figured we'd be exclusively using wheel straps since the car is already at a pretty decent pitched. I can't imagine us going under the bumper onto tow hooks. I'm thinking something along the lines of here, go right to there, and then something like here, go to there. You got it?
Yeah, I got
Straight this time, all right?
Oh yeah.
What is going on here? Send her home.
No, hold on.
Don't let go of it. Cool. You don't let go of it.
It just dusted me.
And it definitely just hit home.
There we go. That's it. That's it. Last D-ring.
Tell me you're impressed, Tono.
I'm impressed. Software's launched. D-rings are down. There's a car on the dyno. What's next?
Huh, I know. Do you know?
Let's turn it
Turn the
on.
car on.
Turn the car on.
Do we use this one or do we pull it off and get an NA car?
No.
This thing makes power.
They said their first time use like a repeatable NA car.
Yeah.
This thing does make some jam. I'll put it on wastegate, see what happens.
Turn the boost off.
So I got more familiar with the dyno software. So we have all these different tests that we can run. Anything from trying to calculate just the engine power for a simulated drag race, to road simulation, to a steady state run, whatever. We got a lot to go through and show off, but the two we care about right now is an inertia pull, and then we have basically the ramp, right? So the inertia is kind of like Kenny's dyno, where it basically is just this giant drum, this mass, and what it does is it uses a calculation of how fast you could accelerate that mass to then calculate torque and horsepower, right? Nice and simple. Those are it's a very repeatable number, but it's not nearly as accurate. And so the ramp test actually uses the eddy current to put load against the vehicle to control the actual pull and get a very accurate calculation of the horsepower. Now that's how basically Derek's dyno works with the hub dyno. So the first thing we're gonna do is do the inertia pull because, well, it's kind of using less, just gonna be rolling, be spinning the rollers, taking a calculation, make sure we can get like somewhat of an accurate number, and the eddy current will then be used to slow down the dyno, and then we'll go on to the ramp test and go from there. All right, so. Sounds good, Doc. Did you listen to any of that?
I did.
How'd it sound?
Good.
Okay, cool.
Wow, wheel chucks and all. How's the tension on that strap? Good, Ant?
Ain't going nowhere.
Ant checked all the straps, they're good.
Oh yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah, I got the amp approval. So technically I could start in any gear I want since there's no resistance on it. So let's try third first.
It's not gonna stall?
No, because there's no resistance against it. It's on rollers. That's terrifying.
Is it?
I don't know, you know, everything makes me nervous, so. That stops it fast. Damn. The wireless keyboard with the trackpad
Is a must.
If you don't have this on a dyno, you need it. I learned this from Derek. I'm not gonna lie. This is sick. I can do my thing from here.
What, do they normally have a cord?
I don't know, but this is sick. Usually when you dyno a car, you do it 1-to-1, right? I could technically do any gear I want as long as I sync it to that gear. So right now I want to do my pulls in third gear so they're quicker. At least on the inertia pull. There's a lot I'm saying, right? It's kind of weird, but
Yeah.
So I have it locked in. So now the RPM is synced here on the computer. So now it'll use the wheel speed to guess the RPMs of the engine. Good. So
Got it.
technically we should be able to just do an inertia pull right now.
Let's
think.
do it.
If I feel like I should have to put more settings in, but I don't. Whatever. I'm like, what do I do with my hands? Ready?
That thing goes from 100 to 0 pretty fast.
Yeah, so since I did it in third gear, the pull went fast. Real fast. All right, so it was a really short pull, as you can tell, because I only did it in third gear. And it was inertia pull, had no load against it. I didn't think it'd go that fast, but it did. So let's go check out what the computer says. I like this. This is a real
Nice
pretty
graph.
plot. I love that. What we made, max torque 450, max horsepower 500, which, yeah, I mean, on Derek's dyno, it was like, what, 460 or something? 465 on this tune? Well, on gate. This is gate.
Okay.
So that makes sense, right? Because it's reading high because it was an inertia pull, but it's real smooth. Well, let's try the real test, the ramp test.
The ramp.
So the ramp test is taking advantage of my eddy current. Expensive little magnet bag there. This is where the real technology is, right? So ramp test, the eddy current will actually put enough load against the car to prevent it from actually climbing in RPMs, right? So it's able to reach equilibrium in the car so it can hold it at a certain RPM. That's steady state. So it'll start holding steady state at 3,000, right? That's our starting condition. I'm gonna have it start at 3,000. And then it's gonna end at, well, we're gonna change that to 7,000. We'll do 68. And then we're gonna have it basically release the run at 6,800 RPM. Sound good? And we're gonna do a test duration of, how long should we do this pull? 8 seconds, 7 seconds? I like 7 seconds. What's so damn funny, Donald? He's cracking up behind the camera. It's gonna make the run from 3,000 to 6,800, 7 seconds, because it's got control. We're gonna do the pull right now. We're gonna hear a difference in noise, all right?
I'll be listening.
It didn't hold it. I gotta figure out what I did wrong.
James, the tire just lit up. No, you're good. I'm just letting you know that it
just spun them.
Oh, yeah.
Interesting.
Well, damn smoke.
Right, well,
yeah, look, they just roasted them on the dyno. Was it on a different setting? Or like...
I just spun on the dyno. The dyno was probably trying to hold the car back like it should.
Yeah.
And
fighting
it, so it was actually just spinning because I have a very dinky tire on there. So let's strap it down a little bit heavier and try again. This is why they tell you to use a low power car in a car when you're getting used to it. Just set into the face with a 500 horsepower car. This car has no tire on it. That's been the whole like problem with it. We got a solution. You'll see one day. Try that again. That was better.
In the beginning,
it was weird. Like in the beginning, it dragged it down like to like 1,000 RPM and went from there. But I kind of just stayed in it. So it could just be the PID settings of the controller. Let's check out the pull. So you could see, right? So down low, since it had all that load on it, it obviously made more power because it probably made more boost. So then we went from 430 horsepower and 410 foot-pounds of torque. So it's quite a bit different than the inertia pull, huh?
For sure.
For sure. So that also could be other characteristics. And that was kind of like a crude pull. So these have really small rollers, so the inertia pulls will be very, very forgiving. But you could actually add a little bit more pressure onto the inertia pulls, make it a little more accurate. But you could see the big difference, right? 430 versus the 500. So the top one, that's what you tell your boys that you got, right? And then that's the more corrected. So we got some playing around to do. We already got a bunch of footage because it's me just trying to figure this out live on camera. Because I probably looking an idiot to some people, but this is all part of it. So 6 pulls, and it's real smooth. It's really smooth in the car. I thought it would be a little bit more aggressive.
Bumpy, like.
How's it look from the outside? Dope.
Yeah, I mean,
look sick.
It looks dangerous but sick.
Okay, I mean it's real stable. It's surprisingly.
No,
stable.
it is. Yeah, most jump.
And I really, really, really like the interface. I think that's one of my favorite things.
It's a good setup.
Is the interface. They call it their Quantum, right? That's their program, is the Quantum. And there's so much data right here. And you know, it's also in a table and a graph, which is really nice. I really like how they have, you know, the whole blend of the map and everything. So, big fan of this. So, I'm gonna play around with this some more. I'm gonna go home and edit this video because we got a lot of footage right here.
Good luck with that.
And I don't know. It feels crazy, like actually doing, like sitting in my car, doing pulls in
your shop,
on like my own time. Like it just feels, it's a whole different feel. So this is really freaking cool. I don't know. I'm gonna end it. I'm tired. So you guys know the deal. Like, comment, subscribe. Stay tuned for more content. And come here.
Goodbye.